Hey guys, welcome back. So this is a great topic because I think this is something that I needed help with for the longest time, and I know that a lot of people might be wondering this. How do you vent without lowering your vibration? Now, as women, we like to talk to our friends about how we're feeling. That's a way of bonding. We like to ask, how are you doing? And we like to give each other emotional support and all of that. And how do we do that? How do we connect with people in that way without lowering our vibration? Okay. The key thing is to keep it to the emotion. We want to be venting the emotion, not the thoughts. Because when you are let's say you are feeling negative feelings, okay? When something happened and it triggered a bunch of negative feelings in you, but these feelings are also attracting negative thoughts. So your thoughts, your perspective, your perception is going to be from a lower place. So what you want to do is the feelings are the root. So you want to get to the emotions. Okay, so when you're venting to your friend, you're talking to your friend, you want to focus on this is how I feel, is what you want to be saying. You don't want to get into these people are the cause of my problems, or this person did this and that. You don't want to get into blaming, complaining, justifying. You don't want to get into mind stuff. You want to stick with the emotion. You want to say, for example, let's say someone did something mean, and you feel sad, obviously, because, that's a sad situation. So someone did something mean and you feel sad. What you don't want to be doing is, oh, that person is, so bad, and this person is blah blah blah, judgy thoughts. You don't want to go there. That's not going to help you. You want to go to, how do you feel? It might be, I feel powerless. I feel hurt. I feel betrayed. Um, I feel grief. I feel loss of a friend, if this was a friend that you thought was good for it, whatever. You stick with the emotion. Now, this isn't normally how we're um, what we're in the habit of doing, because usually these thoughts come and we just don't really like. We're just overcome by this feeling, and these thoughts come, and we in that moment those thoughts feel true to us. So you're in this maybe judgment and negative thoughts. Okay, but at that moment you have to let go of the thoughts completely. When you focus on the feeling, you can process the feelings and the feelings will pass. And that's where you are going to be required to be honest and authentic about your feelings. And it's going to be uncomfortable, because the reason why we go to judgment and complaining and all those things is to avoid these uncomfortable feelings. It just feels bad. But if you can stay with the feelings, with the support that you're now getting, and you're venting and you're getting the support, stay with the feelings. When you go into judging, complaining, and all of that, you are now creating negative karma. These things will come back to you in a negative way. You are shooting out negative things in all directions that must come back multiplied. Whereas if you instead, let's say someone did something bad to you. Now, what you're not doing, you're not judging and complaining about them. Talk to your friend and you're just processing your feelings. You're just expressing your grief. You're just saying, this is how I feel. I feel hurt, I feel betrayed, I feel all of whatever it is that you feel, and you stay with those uncomfortable feelings. And then, because with the help, with the support, we can let it go, at least to some extent. But if you truly stay with the feelings, you can process them really fast. They can pass really fast. And maybe you'll let go right there. What happens then is that you have created an energetic forgiveness. So you have forgiven it energetically because you have not retaliated, you have not given it back. And that forgiveness that you created, it's like a generosity that you extend to this person. And that generosity must come back to you multiplied. So there is huge benefit, not only to your well-being when you vent only your emotions and not thoughts, but there's also a major opening for blessings to come to you. Kabbalah talks about this. However, when you go into judgment and criticism, and you're basically giving back. Even though you're not giving back in action, you are giving back in thoughts. And there's no distinction in energy between your intention and the action that you have taken. If you talk bad about someone, it's the same as if you have directed negative things to them, because you have. Okay, even if they don't know about it, they don't need to even know about it. Doesn't matter. What matters is your intention, and you will get back according to your intention. Okay, so your intention is super, super, super important. Even if they deserved it, you don't give back. What you do instead, you focus on the feeling, you process the feeling. It's going to be uncomfortable, but you focus on it, and it will pass really fast if you're willing to do that. That forgiveness gives you multiplied benefits back, so many benefits back. And you will even find that that person that you didn't judge, that you didn't complain about, that you just processed your pain, you just processed your pain, that person will respond to you differently, because you have now given them, you have extended a generosity to them, and that must come back multiplied. And if it doesn't come back from them multiplied, it will come back from the circumstances, okay? Because they cannot harm you if you do not give back. Now, we think that giving back means I have to do something back. No. Just your thought, your intentions, that's enough. That's enough to count as negative action towards them. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Let me know your thoughts and comments. Bye.